My warm greetings to all the students. As we are continuing with our the second unit, Pandora and the Hope Fairy, today we will be doing listening and speaking skills. So, moving on to the listening skills of this unit. It's time to listen. I'm going to read out a passage and you are going to listen very carefully. So here we go. Long ago, in Greece, there was a girl called Pandora. She lived in a time where everyone was happy and joyful because everyone had everything. They laughed and sang and played all day. Pandora had a playmate called Epimetheus. One day, she went to his house and saw a locked box. Pandora was a curious girl, and so she asked Epimetheus, "What is in that box? Why have you locked it?" Epimetheus replied, "Well, it's a secret." "Oh, please share it with me," said Pandora. "Shan't," said Epimetheus. "Besides, my brother has forbidden me to open the box, so even I don't know what is in there." Pandora waited for Epimetheus to go out and went near the box. She saw that it was unlocked. Her hands shivered with excitement as she touched the lid. From inside the box came faint noises of buzzing, flapping, grunting, and growling. Now she couldn't resist the temptation any longer. "I lift the lid just a little," she thought, "but I must know what's in there." She slowly lifted the lid just a tiny bit. But the next moment, she screamed and shut the lid with a bang. Epimetheus heard the sounds and came rushing into the cottage. Swarms of black, ugly, insect like things had escaped from the box. The ugly creatures stung and bit both of them till they howled in pain. These stinging creatures were no insects. They were, in fact, pain, disease, hurt, greed, envy, and sorrow. And now they were here on earth. Quickly, Pandora and Epimetheus opened the windows and doors to let these creatures out. But alas, they escaped into the world outside. Everyone was soon stung by them. People fell ill, fought, and grew angry. For many, many days, there was no happiness in the world. If only Pandora had left the box alone. So, this is the end of the passage. So, in this story, we got to know that Pandora is a girl who lives during the time where everyone was happy and joyful. They laughed and they sang and they played all day. Pandora had a playmate. She had a best friend named Epimetheus. So once, when she went to Epimetheus' house, she found a locked box. She was so curious that she wanted to know what was locked inside. She asked Epimetheus, but he said that it was a secret. And he said that his brother had told him not to open it. So what did she do? Pandora waited for Epimetheus to go out, and then as soon as Epimetheus went out, she opened the box, and then she could hear there was some buzzing, flapping, grunting, and growling sounds from inside the box. She couldn't resist, and then she opened the box just a little. But what happened suddenly? She shouted, she screamed, and then she shut the lid with a loud sound called bang. Then Epimetheus heard the sounds and he came rushing into the cottage. What did they see? They had seen a black, ugly insect like things. There were groups, swarms of black, ugly insect like things escaping from the box, and they flew away out of the window into the world on earth. And they were just not those stinging creatures, they were pain, disease, hurt, greed, envy, and sorrow. All these things have come into the world, because of which people fell ill, they fought with each other, and they grew angry. Before that, everyone lived happily. But after the box was opened and all these creatures stinged everybody in the world, there was no happiness in the world. If only Pandora had left the box alone, all this wouldn't have happened. Right? So now, turn to page number 14 in your textbook. Read these sentences, then listen to the story of what happened the first time Pandora opened the box. After you listen, rearrange these sentences in the correct order. I've already read and you have already listened. Now we are going to arrange all these sentences on page number 14 and 15 in the proper order. So, first one is already done for you. Pandora was a young girl who lived in Greece. After that comes the second sentence. On page number 15, J. Her friend Epimetheus had a box which was locked. And then comes again on page number 15, H. She wanted to open the box, but Epimetheus did not allow her to do so. Then the fourth sentence is on page number 14, E. So she waited till he left and opened the box. The fifth sentence would be on page number 15, I. She screamed. Hearing her shouts, Epimetheus rushed inside. And then comes on page number 14, sentence A. Swarms of ugly insect-like things escaped from the box and stung them both. Then comes the sentence G on page number 14. These creatures were all the evils of the world, like pain, greed, sorrow, and disease. Next comes the sentence number F. The stinging creatures escaped into the world outside and stung everyone. And then comes sentence C. People fought and became angry. And then comes the last sentence, D. There was no happiness for a long time. So you can write down sentence A, the number is 6. Sentence B is already done, it is number 1. Sentence C is 9. Sentence D is 10. Sentence E is 4. Sentence F is 8. Sentence G is 7. Then on page number 14, 15, we have sentence H as number 3. Sentence I, number 5. Sentence J, number 2. Now this is the end of the listening skills. Now it's time for speaking. Read this sentence from the lesson. Your wings are just like the rainbow, exclaimed Pandora. How beautiful! When you see beautiful things, nice things, you express your feelings strongly using few words. How beautiful! How amazing! How wonderful! What a pleasant surprise! I don't believe this, or I can't believe this. And when you're sad, you usually use, oh dear, my goodness, oh no, I don't believe this, I can't believe this. And something when you're shocked or something seems strange, you use the terms like how strange, right? So these words that you're going to express in surprise to show your expressions that you are surprised end with exclamation mark. And that is what we are going to discuss today. We are going to learn some new words to implement in your daily speech when you want to express a surprise. Your wings are just like the rainbow, exclaimed Pandora. How beautiful! Because she liked the wings, she said, how beautiful. This is an example of expressing surprise. We use these expressions when we want to show surprise. Here are some words that you can use. How strange! My goodness! I can't believe this, or I don't believe this. Oh dear! How amazing! Or how wonderful! Or that's amazing! Or that's wonderful! What a pleasant surprise! So, these words you're going to use when you are expressing or showing a surprise. Work in pairs and express surprise in these situations. We cannot work in pairs, so let's do it on our own. An old friend is moving back to your town. Your old friend is moving back to your town and you're happy about it. That's really great news. So, what do you say? That's amazing. Second one, you find out that you have won a prize in school competition. That's really a good news, right? So you say, how wonderful! Or you can also say, that's amazing. Third one, thieves entered your neighbor's home last night. That's really a bad situation. So what can you say? My goodness. It starts to rain and you don't have an umbrella. That's again a sad news. So what can you say? Oh dear. The last one. A cake that was left on the kitchen counter is missing. This is something strange, right? The cake that was left on the kitchen counter is suddenly missing. So how do you say? How strange. So these are the words you use when you express surprise. Now your homework would be complete the textbook listening and speaking on page number 14 and 15 using your pencil. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.